Hello everyone, welcome back to one more session of a continuous chapter, Capital Reduction. Today we are going to solve two practical examples of this capital reduction chapter. So let's start example. Read the practical example. On 31st March 2020, the share capital of Rolex Company Limited consisted of 2 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each fully paid. Goodwill was appeared at rupees 1,20,000, which was proved worthless and written off. See, goodwill is given. There was a debit balance of profit and loss account of rupees 2 lakh and plant and machinery rupees 9 lakh. The plant and machinery was revalued at rupees 7,50,000 by the directors. Now see here, the old value, true actual value is given 9 lakh and the new value is given at 7,50,000. So there is a reduction of rupees 1,50,000 in plant and machinery. Clear? On 1st April 2020, by special resolution, the company decided to implement the capital reduction scheme wherein equity shares are reduced by rupees 3 per share to write off goodwill, profit and loss account and plant and machinery. Now look at here, my dear student, see, equity share capital is reduced by rupees 3. So how much reduction? We have 2 lakh equity shares, reduction rupees 3, so 6 lakhs is capital reduction. Clear? Pass necessary journal entries and prepare capital reduction account to give the effect of above adjustment. So this is our practical example. Now my dear student, before solving any practical example, you have to understand these steps to solve the example. આપણે એક્ચ્યુઅલ એક્ઝામ્પલને પહેલા સમજવાનું છે અને પછી એના સ્ટેપ્સને યાદ રાખવાના છે. તો કયા કયા સ્ટેપ્સ છે આપણી પાસે? સ્ટેપ નંબર 1, કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કેપિટલ રિડક્શન અમાઉન્ટ. સ્ટેપ નંબર 2, calculate utilization of capital reduction amount. Step number 3, find out difference. જે ઉપરનું step number 1 અને step number 2 છે, you have to find out the difference in this two. Pass necessary journal entries in the books of company. Then we have to prepare capital reduction account. આ જે example છે એમાં આપણી પાસે capital reduction account તૈયાર કરવા સુધી છે. But sometimes we need to prepare cash and bank account જરૂર પડે તો if required. And last we have to prepare revised balance sheet. So these are the steps compulsory યાદ રાખવાના છે and you have to solve every practical example according to the steps only. You have to follow step by step solution. Now my dear student, when you are preparing revised balance sheet after internal reconstruction, it means after reducing capital, so it is necessary to write the word and reduced along with the revised balance sheet, or you can write in the bracket in the heading of balance sheet after the scheme of capital reduction. Clear? So let's start the solution of this particular example. Okay, so my dear friends, what is given in our example? We have learned the example and what the steps to solve the practical example, right? So what we are doing in this chapter, પહેલા આપણે easy example કરીશું. જો direct hard example કરીશું તો હજમ થવાનું નથી. તો આપણે પહેલા easy medium and પછી આપણે hard example કરીશું. તો આજે આપણે example લીધો, this is a kind of basic example. એકદમ base level નો example છે. Clear? શું આપેલું છે? On 31st March 2020, the share capital is given of Rolex Company Limited. It was of 2 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. Goodwill was there of rupees 1,20,000. Balance of profit and loss credit is given 2 lakh and plant and machinery of rupees 9 lakh. Now my dear student, here The balance of profit and loss is debit. Debit balance of profit and loss is 2 lakh. Plant and machinery 9 lakh. Now here the plant and machinery is revalued at rupees 7 lakh 50,000. Simply it is given. On 1st April 2020, by special resolution, a scheme of capital reduction was implemented. तो अपने जे steps छे, according to that step, what we need to do first we have to find out capital reduction amount. Capital reduction amount. तो आपको capital reduction amount केवी रीते छे? Look at here. Wherein equity shares are reduced by rupees 3 per share. Equity share માં reduction થાય છે. How many total shares? So capital reduction amount is there in equity share capital. So equity share capital. How much reduction? Rupees 3 per share. So 2 lakh shares multiplied with 3 rupees, that comes to 6 lakhs. So capital reduction amount કેટલું મળ્યું? Total it is 6 lakhs. બીજું કોઈ reduction આપેલું નથી. Clear dear student? So this is our first step. Step 2. Step 2 is utilization of capital reduction amount. Utilization of capital reduction amount. અહીંયા reduction શેનું કરવાનું છે? આપણી પાસે ત્રણ component આપેલા છે. Goodwill is to be write off, profit and loss debit balance is to be write off, and the plant and machinery is reduced by 1,50,000. Previously it was 9 lakh, revalued price 7,50,000. So that reduction in plant and machinery is 1,50,000. So here utilization, goodwill, how much? It is 1,20,000. Then we have profit and loss account. In bracket, debit balance amounted to rupees 2 lakh. Clear dear student? And plant and machinery amounted to rupees 1,50,000. Clear? So the total is 2 lakh plus 1,20,000 plus 1,50,000. That comes to 4,70,000. Done. Perfect. एकदम easy है. First we have to find out capital reduction amount, then utilization. Third, the difference. Difference. હવે capital reduction amount કેટલું છે? 6 lakhs. 6 lakhs. Clear? એમાંથી utilization કેટલું થયું? 4,70,000 less utilization. How much? 4,70,000. So the remaining balance, remaining 1,30,000 balance is transferred to where? Transferred to capital reserve. So this amount is transferred to capital reserve. समझाइए? So this is what this solution of this practical example. A solution થઈ ગયું. 90% solution full, and this is for 15 months. Ekdam easy. Clear? Moving further, now what we have to do? Step 1, capital reduction amount. Step 2, utilization. Step 3, difference. Step 4, pass necessary journal entries. So how many journal entries we have here? We have 1 for reduction, number 2 for utilization, and number 3 for difference. Clear? So let's pass the journal entries here. Okay, so journal entries. In the books of Rolex Company Limited. We have particulars, debit amount and credit amount. Clear? કેટલી journal entries? 3. Number 1, for capital reduction. What is the entry? આગળના લેક્ચરમાં કરેલું, share capital account debited to capital reduction. So here, share capital account debited to capital reduction account. કેટલું share capital? 6 lakhs reduction. 6 lakhs. Done. Second entry, that is utilization. That is utilization. Now we are utilizing this capital reduction amount. So that amount is that account is debited. So here capital reduction account debited to કેટલી assets reduce થાય છે? 3. Goodwill, profit and loss and plant and machinery. So we have to credit this. So to goodwill account, to profit and loss account, to plant and machinery account. So how much reduction in goodwill? It is 1,20,000. Reduction in profit and loss, it is 2 lakh. And reduction in plant and machinery is 1,50,000. Total reduction 4,70,000. Done. Moving further, the difference. Difference is transferred to capital reserve. So here entry number 3. Capital reduction transferred to where to transfer? Capital reserve. Capital reduction ને આપણે ક્યાં ટ્રાન્સફર કરવાનું છે? Capital reserve માં. So what is the entry? Capital reduction account debited to capital reserve account. Clear, dear student? How much amount to be transferred to capital reserve? The difference is 1,30,000. So here 1,30,000. 1,30,000. Clear? Example fully solved. After journal entries, what was the next step? Next step is to prepare capital reduction account, then cash or bank account if required. અહીંયા આપણે જરૂર છે નહીં. And the balance sheet. આગળની balance sheet આપેલી નથી એક્ઝામ્પલમાં, તો આપણે નવી balance sheet તૈયાર કરવાની નથી. And what was asked for this example? Simply to pass the journal entries and to prepare capital reduction account only. Clear? So let's prepare capital reduction account for this particular example. Look at here. Capital reduction account. Here credit side and debit side. What we are doing now, we are simply posting this journal entries. We are making posting of this journal entries. So first journal entry is for capital reduction, share capital account debited to capital reduction. So capital reduction is credited. So on the credit side of capital reduction, by share capital account, amount 6 lakhs. Clear? It is 6 lakhs. Second, utilization. Capital reduction account debited to goodwill account, to profit and loss account and to plant and machinery account. So here on the debit side of capital reduction, to goodwill account, to profit and loss account and to plant and machinery account. To plant and machinery account. So how much amount for goodwill? It is 1,20,000. For profit and loss, it is 2 lakh, and for plant and machinery, it is 1,50,000. Now this is what? This is the difference. This is the difference. So now let's close the account. If we are closing this account, here is 6 lakhs. Here also 6 lakhs. So if we are closing the capital reduction account, we are getting 1,30,000, and this is transferred to capital reserve. Clear, my dear student? So this is how you can solve the practical example of capital reduction. This is a very basic example. This is a very basic example. If you have any doubt, then you can comment in the comment box. Then, okay, let's solve one more practical example of this particular capital reduction chapter in detail. जो આપણે शुरुઆતમાં જે પ્રમાણે ડિસ્કશન કર્યું, પહેલા આપણે નોર્મલ એક્ઝામ્પલ લઈશું, પછી થોડા અપ અને સૌથી લાસ્ટમાં આપણે માસ્ટર સમ કરીશું. So you can easily understand the overall structure of practical solution. Clear? Okay, so let's start reading one more practical example of capital reduction. So in practical, look at here. Following is the balance sheet of Shri Company Limited as on 31st March 2020. We are given a balance sheet of Shri Company Limited. See here. We have sources of fund, share capital authorized and issued 10,000 preference shares of rupees 10 each, 1 lakh, 2,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, 2 lakh. Reserves and surplus, general reserve 10,000, profit and loss account 7,000. Secured loans and long-term liabilities, we have debentures of rupees 2 lakh. Current liabilities and provision, in that we have creditors of rupees 13,000. So total 5,30,000. This is sources of fund, means liabilities. Application of fund means assets. We have fixed asset, land and building 3,50,000, plant and machinery 30,000, vehicles 20,000, furniture 78,000. Then we have investment of rupees 15,000. Current assets, loans and advances, in that we have stock 20,000, debtors 12,000, and bank balance of rupees 5,000. So total is 5,30,000. See, this is a vertical balance sheet. Clear, dear student? Moving further, a scheme of capital reduction is approved by the court, by which rupees 4 per share is reduced in preference shares and rupees 60 per share is reduced in equity shares. એટલે પ્રેફરન્સ શેરમાં 4 રૂપિયાનું રિડક્શન કરવાનું છે, ઇક્વિટી શેર્સમાં 60 રૂપિયાનું રિડક્શન કરવાનું છે. Clear? The scheme provided for the under mentioned reduction in the assets. હવે assetsમાં reduction થાય છે, તો શેનું reduction થાય છે? Look at here. Land and building rupees 1,50,000, plant and machinery rupees 10,000, vehicles rupees 4,000, and investment rupees 10,000. This is simply a reduction for the utilization of capital reduction amount is given here, straightforward. General reserve should be used and the difference can be transferred from profit and loss account. આ ક્યારે ખબર પડશે? જ્યારે આપણે આપણું કેપિટલ રિડક્શન અમાઉન્ટ શોધીશું, એનું યુટિલાઇઝેશન શોધીશું, ત્યારે ખબર પડશે કે જે પ્રોફિટ એન્ડ લોસ અકાઉન્ટમાં ટ્રાન્સફર કરવાનો ડિફરન્સ છે એ કયો છે. That we are doing in the solution. From the information, pass necessary journal entries and prepare revised balance sheet after implementing the scheme of capital reduction. Clear, my dear student? So here what is given? Preference share, equity share માં reduction આપેલું છે, general reserve પણ capital reduction માં use કરવાનું છે, capital reduction utilization આપેલું છે, difference શોધીશું, that difference is to be adjusted to profit and loss account. Clear? So this is an example. Now before solving any practical example, આપણે આગળ જે ચર્ચા કરી એ પ્રમાણે what you need to remember the steps to solve the practical example. તો ફરીથી આપણે recap કરીએ. The first step is calculate capital reduction amount. Step number 2, calculate utilization of capital reduction amount. Step number 3, find out the difference of capital reduction amount and its utilization. જે step number 1 અને 2 છે એનો ડિફરન્સ શોધવાનું છે. Step number 4, pass necessary journal entries in the books of company. Next is prepare capital reduction account. અહીંયા સુધી આપણે આગળના એક્ઝામ્પલમાં કરેલું. Now other than that we need to prepare cash and bank account and revised balance sheet. See my dear student, in the previous example we were not asked any preparation of balance sheet, but in this example we are asked to prepare balance sheet. તો balance sheet તૈયાર કરતી વખતે આપણે શું ધ્યાનમાં આપવાનું છે? It is necessary to write and reduce along with the revised balance sheet, or you can write after the scheme of capital reduction in the heading of balance sheet. Clear? So this is an example. Let's solve. So what is given in the example? Example માં આપણે શું આપેલું છે? 1, a balance sheet is given. આગળના example માં આપણી પાસે balance sheet નથી, simply information. In this example we are given a balance sheet. Now my dear student, according to Companies Act 2013, you have to prepare vertical balance sheet. આપણે horizontal તૈયાર નથી કરવાનું. અત્યાર સુધી તમે શું કર્યું છે? T form વાળું બનાવ્યું છે. હવે T form વાળું નથી બનાવવાનું. Vertical આપણે સીધી balance sheet બનાવવાની છે. Clear? So we are given balance sheet. In that balance sheet, what we are given? Sources of fund and application of fund. Sources of fund means liabilities, application of fund means asset. So in the example we are given, according to capital reduction scheme, there are reduction in equity share capital as well as there are reduction in preference share capital, and at the same time we need to utilize the capital general reserve account, and any other balance is to be adjusted towards profit and loss. આપને કીધેલું છે. Clear? So what are the steps to solve practical example? Step number 1 is to calculate capital reduction account. Capital reduction amount. આ આપણું પહેલું સ્ટેપ યાદ રાખવાનું. What we are doing, જે કેલ્ક્યુલેશન કરીએ છીએ એને જ આપણે જર્નલ એન્ટ્રીમાં તૈયાર કરીએ છીએ. પછી જે જર્નલ એન્ટ્રી કરીએ છીએ એનું જ આપણે પોસ્ટિંગ કરીએ છીએ કેપિટલ રિડક્શન એકાઉન્ટમાં. તો આપણે કરીએ છીએ શું? સિમ્પલી રિપીટેશન એક ને એક વાત. Done? So capital reduction amount કેટલું રિડક્શન થાય છે? Equity share capital 2000 shares, એમાં રિડક્શન કેટલું? 60 rupees per share. So here 1,20,000. Clear? Preference share capital કેટલું? 10,000 shares, એમાં 4 rupees reduction થાય છે. So 40,000. General reserve ને utilize કરવાનું કીધું છે. General reserve amounted to rupees 10,000. So this is what capital reduction account total 1,70,000. Easy? Okay. આગળ. The scheme provided for the reduction in some assets. Assets માં કેટલું કેટલું reduce કરવાનું છે એ information પણ આપને આપેલી છે. So the second step is utilization. Utilization of this capital reduction amount. તો utilization આપણે ક્યાં કરવાનું છે? આપણી પાસે કેટલી assets માં reduction આપેલું છે? 4 assets માં. Which are that 4 assets? Land and building, plant and machinery, vehicles and investment. So here land and building, plant and machinery, vehicles and investments. So reduction of 1,50,000 in land and building, reduction of 10,000 in plant and machinery, reduction of 4,000 in vehicles, and reduction of 10,000 in investment. This is what the total of utilization. How much? We have got 1,74,000. Now my dear student, જે આગળ આપણે એક્ઝામ્પલ કર્યો એમાં આ અમાઉન્ટ વધારે હતી તો આપણે ડિફરન્સ ક્યાં ટ્રાન્સફર કર્યો? કેપિટલ રિઝર્વમાં. અહીંયા એનો રિવર્સ કેસ છે. યુટિલાઇઝેશન વધારે છે, યુટિલાઇઝેશન વધારે છે તો આપણે શું કરીશું? નંબર 3, difference is adjusted to profit and loss account. જે ડિફરન્સ છે ને આપણે એડજસ્ટ ક્યાં કરીશું? profit and loss માં. તો કેટલો ડિફરન્સ છે? કેપિટલ રિડક્શન કેટલું છે? 1,70,000. યુટિલાઇઝેશન કેટલું છે? 1,74,000. તો આપણી પાસે ડિફરન્સ કેટલો આવ્યો? 4,000. This 4,000 is to be adjusted towards profit and loss account. આગળના એક્ઝામ્પલ નું રિવર્સ. Clear? So this is the calculation of capital reduction amount, utilization, and remaining balance adjusted from profit and loss. Done? Moving further, now we have to pass journal entries. Now we have to pass journal entries of this particular example. So look at the journal entries here. We have format here. First entry is for capital reduction. What is the entry? જેમાં reduction થયું છે that is debited to capital reduction account. So here equity share capital account debited, preference share capital account debited, general reserve account debited, and we have utilized this 4,000. આપણે 4,000 utilize કર્યું છે. શાનું utilization કર્યું છે? Profit and loss નું. So profit and loss account debited to capital reduction account. So equity share capital 1,20,000, preference share capital 40,000, general reserve 10,000, and 4,000, that is the adjusted amount, profit and loss. Total 1,74,000. Done? Second entry for utilization. What is the entry? Capital reduction account debited. Capital reduction account debited to all this. જે assets reduction થયું છે. So to land and building account, to plant and machinery account, to vehicles account, and to investment account. Clear, dear student? So here capital reduction 1,74,000. Out of that 1,50,000 reduction in land and building, 10,000 reduction in plant and machinery, 4,000 reduction in vehicles, and 10,000 reduction in investment. So this is our second entry. Third entry most probably શેને આપણે આપીએ છીએ? ડિફરન્સ ની. તો એ આપણે આપી દીધેલી છે. Now here you need to understand, you need to remember that in capital reduction, if you have utilized this profit and loss account, આપણે profit and loss account નો utilize કર્યો છે એડજસ્ટ કરવામાં, તો profit and loss ની જે remaining balance હશે, that remaining balance is to be transferred to capital reserve. એમાંથી normal dividend pay થશે નહીં. તો આપણું profit and loss balance sheet માં કેટલું હતું? It was 7,000. So 7000 માંથી આપણે capital reduction scheme માટે use કેટલું કર્યું? 4000. So how much left? 3000. That 3000 is transferred to profit and loss, transferred to capital reserve. Capital reserve. So what is the entry? Profit and loss account debited. જો 3000 ટ્રાન્સફર કરવાનું છે, 7000 માંથી આપણે 4000 યુઝ કરી લીધું, વધ્યું કેટલું? 3000. તો 3000 ને આપણે ક્યાં ટ્રાન્સફર કરીશું? ટુ capital reserve account. How much? It is 3000. Done, my dear student? Okay. Now this is calculation, this journal entry, and now on the basis of journal entries we have to prepare our capital reduction account. Done? So let's start preparing capital reduction account. Okay, look at here. First entry, capital reduction. So capital reduction is credited. So what is the effect in posting? Capital reduction in credit side by equity share capital, by preference share capital, by general reserve, by profit and loss account. Clear, dear student? So here 1,20,000 for equity share capital, 40,000 for preference share capital, 10,000 for general reserve, and 4,000 profit and loss account. Clear? Second entry, capital reduction account. So capital reduction debited. So on the debit side of capital reduction, to land and building, to plant and machinery, to vehicles, and to investment. For this entry we are not supposed to give any effect in capital reduction account. Okay? So here on the debit side of capital reduction, to land and building, to plant and machinery, to vehicles, and to investment. Clear, dear student? So look at here, land and building amounted to rupees 1,50,000, plant and machinery 10,000, vehicles 4,000, and investment 10,000. Total is how much total? It is 1,74,000. 1,74,000. Clear? So this is how you can solve the practical example, the calculation, journal entries, and account. Now in this example, my dear friends, what we are asked to prepare balance sheet. We are asked to prepare balance sheet, and we have to prepare vertical balance sheet. Clear? So let's start preparing balance sheet from this. Okay, so let's prepare the balance sheet. Look at the format of balance sheet here. This is a vertical balance sheet. What is it? It is a balance sheet of Shri Company Limited as on date, and this is required if you are solving practical example of capital reduction. Then this must be there along with the balance sheet after the scheme of capital reduction, or you can write here in bracket and reduced. Clear? So the first A part is sources of fund. It means liabilities. In that first component is share capital. આપણી જે જૂની બેલેન્સ શીટ છે, જૂની બેલેન્સ શીટને ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને આપણે આપણી નવી બેલેન્સ શીટને તૈયાર કરીશું. ક્લિયર? Look at here. So first we have preference share capital. Preference share capital. Previously it was 10,000 shares of rupees 10 each. Now 4 reduced. So how much left? 10,000 shares shares of rupees 6 each. That comes to 60,000. Then we have equity share capital. How much? 2,000 shares of rupees 40 each. 100 રૂપિયાનો શેર હતો એમાં 60 રૂપિયાનું રિડક્શન થયું. So we have 80,000. Clear? Number 2 is reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus. In reserves and surplus, previously we have general reserve and profit and loss account. આગળ હતું આપણી પાસે, but we have utilized total general reserve for the scheme of capital reduction and 4,000 from profit and loss account. So જે profit and loss ના 3,000 આપણી પાસે વધેલા, that 3,000 we have transferred to capital reserve. So here capital reserve amounted to rupees 3,000. Done? After this we have third, secured loan and long term liabilities. We have debentures. No change in debentures of rupees 2 lakh. એમાં કોઈ પણ પ્રકારનું change છે નહીં. And the fourth part is current liabilities. Current liabilities, we have creditors. And in creditors also we are not having any kind of change. So total 30,000. This is total of sources of fund. Now the second part is B, application of fund. Application of fund simply means asset. So asset can be divided into three parts mainly. Number 1 is fixed assets. So fixed assets માં આપણી પાસે કેટલા component હતા? Land and building, plant and machinery, vehicles and furniture. So out of these 4 assets we have changed in 3 assets. 3 માં reduction થયેલું છે. So let's write here land and building. Then we have plant and machinery. Then we have vehicles and furniture. Clear? Land and building previous value કેટલી હતી આપણી પાસે? Previous value was 3,50,000. Out of that 3,50,000 we have reduced 1,50,000. So remaining is 2 lakh. So here 2 lakh. For plant and machinery it was 30,000. 30,000 માંથી reduction કેટલું થયું? 10,000. So remaining balance 20,000. Vehicles previously it was 20,000. Reduction of rupees 4,000. So vehicles 16,000. And furniture it was 78,000. No change in furniture. So total 78,000. Clear? So this is fixed asset. Number 2, investments. Total investment કેટલા હતા? 15,000. Out of that 15,000, 10,000 reduced. So remaining balance 5,000. And the third component is current assets. In current assets we have stock, debtors and cash and bank balance. We have no change in this 3 component. So stock as it is 20,000, debtors 12,000 and cash and bank 5,000. Clear, my dear student? So if we are totaling this, if If you are totaling this, we'll get 3,56,000. Here also 3,56,000. Done. So this is how we can solve the practical example of capital reduction. Done, my dear students? If you have any doubt, any queries, then you can comment in the comment box.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. If you have any query, then please comment in the comment box. Dear student, જો હજુ તમે આ ચેનલને સબસ્ક્રાઇબ નથી કરી તો પહેલાં સબસ્ક્રાઇબ કરો, બેલ આઇકન પર ક્લિક કરો જેથી તમને કોમર્સ અકાઉન્ટન્સીને રિલેટેડ રેગ્યુલર અપડેટ્સ મળતા રહે.